It's a multi-app platform. You'll see more about it in the coming slides. Secondly, there's a reason that we wanted to make clear to organizations that it's all about change that we are in, and we're not limited to project portfolio management, but we'll also expand the functionalities towards agile. By using the name change, there's no direct relation anymore to methodologies like Prince2, etc. And from a marketing point of view, using one brand, Fortus, for both the company and the primary product gives us the ability to intensify and focus our marketing. The mission and vision behind Fortus Change Cloud. The mission of Fortus is to inspire and empower transformation and growth. You can say we enable change. That's our mission. And we do that by providing the most open and flexible software platform to manage change, specifically focusing on larger organizations. And to do so, we will provide you with a growing number of fit-for-purpose apps, both based on PPM and Agile, as I talked about already. And since all these apps put their data in a central data warehouse, we are able also to provide you with easy and standardized management reporting and business intelligence. So all your change-related information will be in the same database and will be also searchable and reportable in business intelligence. As a last point, very important to mention is that the focus of principle of Fortus Change Cloud and Fortus is not to compete with popular third-party tooling and systems like Jira of Microsoft or SAP. No, we will actually provide more and more connectivity towards these systems so people can still use their popular tooling while remaining in one system, so you can track the strategic contribution of all initiatives that are in your organization and stay on top of it. What has changed and what will remain the same? Well, what you immediately see with the new platform is a clean and modern multi-app look. Yeah, you will see in your left upper corner the so-called app switcher, which allows you to go and to navigate much faster to the functionality that you really need. So people will not longer be confused where to find, for example, their projects or portfolios. And this will also allow you to quicker show them what functionality is available for them. Underneath the UI, there's a complete enriched state-of-the-art software platform that will allow us to make much shorter development cycles and deliver the software with fewer bugs and also quicker. And you will also see that in the coming months that the life cycle of the different apps can be different from the life cycle of the platform. So, for example, if you will have a new app, you will be able actually to get updates quicker and quicker without the need to update the complete system. What will remain the same, very important of course, is that our customers have many users that are used to the functionality, and you don't want to frustrate them with complete change software. So all existing Principal Toolbox functionalities will remain unchanged and fully functioning. And we'll also continue to maintain and improve these existing Principal Toolbox functionalities. One thing is the case that existing Principal Toolbox functionalities will be presented as separate apps to make the navigation easier, but the working of these apps is exactly the same as they are used to. So actually, we expect that the resistance from a user point of view is quite limited, and actually the people that have already migrated to this new Fortus Change Cloud also reported to us. Now, actually, my colleague Eric will give you a quick live demonstration of FortiChange Cloud with a focus on actually the usability points.
Yes, thank you very much, Sander. Well, let's have a look on how the new version will work. As you can see, I'm now in the latest version of FortiChange Cloud. And you will immediately see the new blue bar on top of the screen. But on this, and it's still the regular homepage you might recognize from the Principal Toolbox, you will also see that it still covers my open timesheets, my portfolios, my programs, and my projects. So you can also still navigate through the different organizational units by using the drop-down menu, and you can navigate to project portfolio A, B, C, or D. The app switcher is on top of the screen on the left side, and this will enable users to go straight to their projects or to their portfolios or to their programs. As you can see, the apps available are based on the rights the user has. So if he or she is only a project manager, he or she will only see my projects. And if he or she is a portfolio manager, he or she will see my portfolios. So I can click on my projects and it will show me which projects I'm currently working on. And I can do the same for portfolios. So it will show the portfolios I'm currently involved in. And if I open this portfolio, you will also see that the color of this particular app is also visible on the screen. So this will help users recognize where they are currently at in FortiChange Cloud. And one of the new apps that you might have seen already and what we're currently working on is My Agile Teams. My Agile Teams enables organizations to use Agile boards or Scrum boards to manage products. So as you can see here, you can see that this project has different categories to do doing, review, and done with different cards. I can create new cards. I can assign labels to this card or members or attachments, and I can move my cards from the first stage to the next stage, as you would on a Kanban board on your wall. This project is also linked to the portfolio, so you can also use the portfolio report to report information back to the portfolio. And we will offer more apps later on, and I think Sander is now going to tell something about those upcoming apps.
Thank you, Eric, for this demo. We'll now move on to some mock-up slides of the new functionalities that are coming up. First of all, I will give you a list of the functionalities that we have planned for 2017. And we start actually with the platform itself, which is now available to SaaS customers, and like I already told, quite a few number of our SaaS customers have already upgraded to this new platform. Unfortunately, we're not able to deliver this platform immediately to our on-premise customers, given the big changes that it requires in the infrastructure of our on-premise customers. And we are currently hard working on making it available at the end of this year or January 2018, so that they can move on also to FortiChange Cloud. Then I will show you about coming new apps. First one will be Change Center. Then I will talk about the apps management dashboard and a related app, BI connectivity, for customers that already have their own BI functionality. Then we'll have a quick look at strategy mapping and realization. Then hybrid portfolio management, and we will conclude with Agile Teams, which you already saw a little bit about, and Jira connectivity, which is also related to Agile. Okay, we'll move on to the next slide. What you will actually see here is Change Center. And you may expect from us that Change Center will gradually actually replace the Principal Toolbox as the main instrument for functional administrators of Fortis Change Cloud. It directly gives you an insight in the change structure and will also allow you to make changes to that in a very easy way and transparent way. And integrated with Change Center, which we see on the next slide, is actually management dashboards. And management dashboards is actually based on Power BI, and which will allow you to make all kinds of custom dashboards on the toolbox or on the Fortis Change Cloud data from all different kind of perspectives. And it will also allow you actually to send these dashboards, which are clickable and which give you the possibility to drill down actually in the data, to also send these to, for example, management or board directors that are on an iPad or on mobile devices. Yeah, so it will, using the management dashboard functionality, it will actually leverage the reporting and make it real-time and better accessible for management. Looking at the next slide, we see the app strategy mapping and realization. What we found out is that many of our larger customers are using the strategy mapping process to structure and communicate their strategic direction and objectives, and also to measure the strategic realization, usually using a target versus actual values that come up from the initiatives. And from this point of view, we see strategy mapping as an essential input for aligning all your change initiatives, both waterfall and agile. On the next slide, you will see a quick view of how actually a strategy map can look like. This is with Dutch objectives in this, as you can see. You see the different perspectives: financial, customer, process, and people. But of course, this whole strategy map can be customized and adapted to the specific colors. Just to tell you already a little secret, the strategy map app is almost finished. We are currently beta testing on it, so you may expect this app also to come somewhere in the coming month. All right. Then we go to the next slide, which is about hybrid portfolio management. What we see at our customer base is a very quick growing interest in supporting not just traditional portfolio management, but also embedding agile initiatives in portfolio management. And to do so, we actually created hybrid portfolio management. And this functionality is also being developed in close contact with some of our key customers. If we go to the next slide, you will actually see that again, hybrid portfolio management will start with a nice dashboard, which can be customized. But if you go to the next slide, you will see actually the possibility to hold within your portfolio both items that are waterfall, so which are usually based using activities, and also agile initiatives, both in one. And of course, you can do your reporting on it, but very interesting to see is that if we have an agile initiative, and we go to the next slide, you are able not just to have them reported on a status, but using agile portfolio management, you are able to directly actually steer on what they call in agile terms on the epics or features that are being executed in the underlying agile teams. So that's actually what you see in to do, doing, done. The items that are underneath the automation program initiative are actually epics that are pushed towards the underlying teams. On top of that, of course, the portfolio items must also be aligned to your strategy map, and that's what we see on the right hand, where we see that, and you see that with the red color and the green color, that these actually refer to the contribution that they make in the strategy. So you can a portfolio item is actually a two-way linked. It's linked to the strategy, so going up, and it also has the possibility to push actually the value stream downwards to the agile teams. Okay, so this is a part of agile functionality in this hybrid portfolio management for the people that are PPM focused. So these are companies usually that have projects and programs that are often related to infrastructure or building. We are now also developing software that allows capacity planning, which gives the possibility to break down a project in different activities and to put the skill demand on these activities. And on the bottom, you see that you're able to summarize these different demands for skills from the different projects and to balance them out so that you're sure that the way you planned your portfolio, the execution is in line with the capacity that you have for the different skills. All right. Then we continue to another app, which is called Agile Teams, which is actually a very basic Agile app, allowing teams that are experimenting or come from business and would like to do some things with Agile to make their own board. So if you look at the next slide, you'll see that it allows these different board items to be created. And again, on the right side, you see features and epics actually coming down from the portfolio, and it's actually the task of the this specific team to make their items match with the features and epics that are pushed downwards from the portfolio. So what you see is actually that the epic intuitive behavior has been finished now, and currently they are actually working on the feature or epic called Lovely Design by making all kind of user stories in their agile board. With this, you see how you actually are able to using the agile methodologies to break down actually the strategic objectives completely down via using portfolio items and features and epics towards the level of user stories in this agile team. All right. Last but not least, there are quite a few customers that already use Jira for managing their agile teams on an execution level, and using Jira connectivity app, you're actually able to pull the items from Jira into your portfolios in FortiX Cloud, or push features and epics from FortiX in the portfolios to the teams in Jira. And this will also allow you to make an integration of your time registration and reporting, so that you have one system where the status of all your initiatives is fully visible and searchable. This was, I think, the ending of showing you the screen shots. I will give now the microphone back to Eric, who will talk about some practical release and upgrade information.
Thank you, Sander. Let's have a look on the release and upgrade information. As Sander told, the SaaS for the hosted version of FortiX Cloud is already available. So if you would like to test it, you can request it at our customer portal. Customers with a local installation do have to wait to about January 2018. And after that, they can also get FortiX Cloud on their local installation. Of course, if you want FortiX Cloud, you first have to update to version 9.5 of the Principal Toolbox before going to FortiX Cloud version 1.0. If you want to have more information, or if you want a demonstration of the latest version of Fortis Change Cloud, you can contact me or anyone else via sales@fortis.nl. And if you want more information on the practical upgrade of Fortis Change Cloud, you can contact our support team. They will help you out and prepare the upgrade for you. I think now is the right moment to answer some questions. So if you have some questions, please use the chat function on the right side of your screen, and we will repeat the questions and Sander will answer them. So please take the time to give in your question. Okay, there's one question about strategy mapping. Is it also available for organizational units and portfolios?
Thank you, Mr. Tosca, for this excellent question, actually. You're right. Strategy mapping will be available on organizational unit level and on portfolios, which will actually allow you to make a strategic strategy map for a portfolio, or make portfolios be aligned with a strategy map on an organizational unit. And of course, there's also the possibility to have a single corporate strategy map to which the different organization units should be aligned again to. So strategy mapping is being supported in, you may call it, a hierarchical way.
Okay, thanks. Are there any other questions? Okay, there's another question about the Kanban boards. Is it possible to have them as a part of a standard project?
Currently, Kanban boards are not part of a standard project, but we are actually planning to do some customer sessions to find out what additional needs are currently available towards Kanban boards. And we already see now that there is a demand for combining both standard project, you may call it Genta functionality, with Kanban boards. So my expectation is actually that we will allow this.
Okay, thanks, Sander. Apparently there aren't any other oh, wait a minute, there's still a question coming up. There's a question, will all apps be available for on-premise customers with the version 2.0?
Thank you for this question. Most apps will be available, but there's one exception, which is management dashboards. The management dashboard functionality is actually based on a Microsoft product called Power BI, which is only provided by Microsoft from a SaaS, from their Azure SaaS environment. And that actually means that providing this functionality can only be done via our SaaS, via our own SaaS server. However, in case that you have your own BI system, you may also use the BI connectivity app, which will then allow you to use your own system and connect to your own BI system like Tableau or ClickView or Cognos, and in that way you can still use your own setup, and you're not forced to go to SaaS.
Okay, and there's another question about the preparation for upgrading to Fortress Change Cloud. Do you think that there will be additional workshops needed for end users to use the latest version of Fortress Change Cloud?
Currently, we have upgraded quite a few customers, around 10, and so far we haven't seen a need to do so. Most people find their way actually pretty easily in the new Fortress Change Cloud. So we don't expect it. Maybe with new apps, of course, new training may be required, but not for the change in the platform.
Okay, thanks, Sander. I would like to end the webinar. Thank you all for listening. If you have more questions, please contact us. And if you require a demonstration or some help with the upgrade, you can contact our support team. Thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see you another time. Goodbye.